All right, hey everybody, I got Coach Dylan here with me, and we're going to run over the beginner level of the TSC Jiu-Jitsu as well as the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu curriculums and submission wrestling too. So all three curriculums tied up together into one little beginner intro video. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the major positions on the ground. So Coach Dylan is with my Bob bag. That way if you are at home training, for my kids, go ahead, grab your very favorite stuffed animal, and you can go ahead and destroy him with these techniques. All right, so he is in the full mount position. So in the full mount position, he has two choices. He can tabletop, hands on the floor. So you've got 4 positions of contact, or he can do what we call cowboy mount, where he just sits up. And he's kind of just sitting nice and high, like he's a cowboy or rodeo clown. Okay? All right, so the first thing he's going to do is he's going to switch himself into the cross mount position. So that's our next major position. Okay? So now the key here is chest to chest. Remember, if he was a vampire and there was another vampire and I was Van Helsing, the vampire hunter, I should be able to stab through his chest and get both vampires in the same kill. Okay? If he moves down, so his body is too low, he is now over the stomach, he's not over the head or over the chest. So remember, chest to chest. All right, go ahead and show a side mount, Coach Dylan. Under the head though, not Kazurikisa. There you go. All right, this is the side mount, also known as Keisugatame. Remember, arm is under the head. I like it. In fact, he's touching his knee. And then also he has this arm, which is the other nubbin right there, in between his hip. Okay? So from there, he's going to go back to full mount. And now if he flips his guy over, so he makes that person lay belly down. Okay? That's back mount. Very simple. The guy is facing down and he's flat. He doesn't have to set his hooks. All right, and then the last one, flip your guy back over, would be guard. So Coach Dylan's going to just grab his dummy and pull him into his guard. This would be the guard position. Again, he has just got what we call closed guard. His feet are locked. The guy is in his closed guard. All right, so we're going to put him back into the full mount. Those are all the 4 major positions. All right. Okay, so what we're going to talk about now is we're going to talk about transitioning from position to position. In the previous video, you just saw Coach Dylan actually did all the transitions, but we weren't worried about that yet. We're worried about it now. So he's going to go from full mount to cross mount. Notice his chest is down. He is clearing his leg nice and high so the person can't lock their feet around you. And he's back into the cross mount position. Now he's going to scissor his hips to face the feet. And he's going to step over into full mount. So we're just going to look at that for a couple seconds. So he's going to go ahead and dismount again. So he's just going to clear his leg. And now he's going to scissor his hips, clear the leg, and step back over into full mount. So that is the transition from cross mount to full mount and full mount to cross mount. It's actually 2 different drills. Now we're going to get he's going to get into cross mount. And he's going to go from cross mount to side mount. So go ahead and transition. Notice he scissors his hips and he goes ahead and gets himself into cross mount. And now he's going to just move his arm and transition himself right back to cross mount. That one's really easy. It shouldn't take you a lot of time. Okay? He's going to sway his base and scissor his hips, get himself right back into the side mount position, and then back into the cross mount. That's your secondary transition. He went from cross mount to side mount, and side mount back to cross mount. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and look at from side mount to north-south. So Coach Dylan's going to adjust the arm accordingly. He's going to step all the way over, so he's in this north-south position. Okay, notice his feet are sprawled out. He doesn't have his knees on the ground, and he's got his chest pretty much right over their face. Okay, you don't want to be too far forward, and you don't want to be too far back. Kind of a nice, comfortable in the middle. I try to put their nose right where my belly button is, so I can kind of make sure I'm in the right position. From there, he's going to do what we call a back step into the side mount again. So that's the transition from side mount to north-south and from north-south to side mount. So let's go ahead and look at it again. He's just going to take a nice, what we call a long step, and then he's going to take a nice deep back step to get himself back into that position there. And one more time. Okay. And so at the last thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about going from side mount. He's going to go back to cross mount. Now from cross mount, he's going to step over into full mount. And there you have it. There's your next drill to get from a transition from one position to another. All right? Make sure you train those things, get comfortable, know the names of your positions. So that way, if you're in your test and I say, hey, full mount, cross mount, side mount, north, south, back mount, you can just do them. Or even if you're in competition, you don't want to be like, what position is that? And you have to think about it. You should have these positions down to where they're second nature to yourself. The biggest mistake I see in all of these different drills is go reverse side mount. Whenever we say side mount, people will do this, but more often than not, they'll take this arm and they'll underhook the head on this side. By the way, there. They're sitting like that. So they're under the head, but they're not holding that guy down. So make sure when you take side mount, switch it over to side mount, sir. He's like that. You're facing the head. So make sure you're looking at the head, not at the feet. All right, cool.